Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atala Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that this can clear the path for crypto, as Tim Scott has released the bipartisan crypto market structure bill text after months of negotiation. And this could be a massive thing. The boss of the SEC believes that actually Trump is going to sign it this year. Then let's talk about the fact that, talking about Trump, president imposes a 25% tariff on any country doing business with Iran. And of course, when it comes to tariffs, there could be a decision on this week about it. Is it legal or not, what Trump is doing? So that could be interesting. That could come out on the 14th of January. And also, let's check, do we have inflows, outflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs and many other things. So guys, don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on blockchainbloom to keep you up to date. So that's important. Just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. So first, when we looking at here the prices, we can see that Bitcoin is up 1% in the last 24 hours. Sorry, 1.7. It's always tricks me. Ethereum almost 1%. So with that, Ethereum 3,132, while Bitcoin 92,097 US dollar. When we're looking at the top gainers, Dash is the one which is going up 45%, MYX 19%, Story 18%. When we're looking at the losers, Lighter 7% down, Midnight 4%. 5% almost down, Render 3.5% down. So as you can see, the market is not really mooning, not going anywhere, rather sideways. And one more thing, guys, just bear with me, because I would like to put this one here as well. Alrighty. Good. So now let's have a look at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, and which shows that today Bitcoin is pumping, and we have this very important resistance level, which is around 94,000-ish. And as you can see, it's in ascending triangle, and this is usually a bullish pattern, but keep it in mind that the trend is the key, and the trend is a downtrend now. Okay, so this is very important. Therefore, it's not guaranteed that it's going to play out towards the upside. However, we have tried 94,000 a couple of times here, but every single time it was a fake out. So if we break above it, stay above it, or close above it on the weekly, then Bitcoin can go further up, maybe to the 100,000-ish next important resistance level. And a lot of things, information coming out this week, a lot of data which can have an impact on this. But and by the way, fear and greed index, according to CoinMarketCap, we are still in neutral, as we are in the last couple of days for a while now. And now let's talk about one of the important topics, that finally we have the text for the crypto market structure bill, and let's talk about it. So here we go. There are many posts about it, that Tim Scott has released the bipartisan crypto market structure bill text after a month of negotiations. And let's look at a couple of key points. When it comes to digital commodities definition, the draft formally defines digital commodities and gives the CFTC primary authority over their trading, and ending the years-long turf. Point is, it was SEC, CFTC, and so on and so forth. So now it clears that it goes to CFTC. That means, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other major alts will finally have regulatory clarity. Very important that this is the draft, and we're talking about a tax, so nothing has finalized or something like that. But this is the direction we're going. It's an important step. At least you see these things. Developers get protection. So the bill protects blockchain developers and infrastructure providers from being treated as money transmitters or brokers. Builder can now build without fear of being sued for running a node or deploying smart contracts. That's also very important. when it comes to transparency. New digital community retail office will be created inside the CFTC to ensure fair market and investor protection, bringing crypto one step closer to being recognized as a legitimate financial sector. And actually many other things, but you can read it for yourself. These are basically just the highlights, but definitely clears the path for crypto. But let's see when we will get to the stage that after the votes and everything, Trump going to sign it. Paul Atkins, who is the boss of the SEC, saying that he believes that Trump going to sign this bill this year. So step by step, but this is where we are right now. Okay, back to this week, in a way that we're going to have the CPI data coming out actually pretty soon, in a couple of hours. So one thing which can have an impact on the market today is the CPI data, which is coming out for December, and 2.7 is the forecast. And now it's very important what will happen. We started again going down in the inflation. So if this trend continues, it's going to be good for the market. If it would be worse than the forecast saying, which is actually back to an increase, that would be actually bad for the market. Right. By the way, when we're looking at the chances for rate cuts, then we see that 5% is still for rate cut now in January on the 28th of January. So yeah, it's a very slim chance. So probably no. When we're looking at Bitcoin inflows, outflows, yesterday actually we had some inflows, $116 million US after 4 days of heavier outflows. And then when talking about this tariff thing, because it also happening this week, that we can hopefully finally find out, because it didn't happen last week, that are Trump's tariffs legal or illegal. But until that, he imposes 25% tariffs on any country doing business with Iran. So Trump is still pushing this tariff things. This time he's saying that any countries doing business with Iran going to have immediately a 25% tariff. And by the way, look at this. This is crazy. This is, the Iran's currency against US dollar, and it just went to zero. Look at this. So yeah. Crazy things happening, to be honest with you. Right, okay. Next one, when we're looking at the long-term holders, it looks like they also slowing down with their sellings. So this could be actually an important thing when we're looking at on-chain data. As we can see now, this was for long-term holders, it was a selling pressure on. But this is now recently slowing down. They not back to the buy zone really heavily, but this is the first momentums before we can do any turns, because if the long-term holders who having the big money, a lot of crypto, they selling. It has an impact on the market. We can see now a shift in Bitcoin ownership as well. So now there are several of them who owning Bitcoin for a while, but now they would like to make money out of it. And now we have the new buyers from the institutional side. They heavily accumulating. So whatever they're selling, they kind of buying it. And one last thing is that actually yesterday was the day when back in 17 years ago, on the 12th of January, we had the very first transaction on the Bitcoin blockchain with 10 Bitcoin from Satoshi to halving. The network itself started back in 3rd of January 2009, and there was the first transaction. So yeah, crazy times back then, and it wasn't that long ago. Bitcoin isn't an adult yet, right? Where I'm from in Hungary, it's 18 years. I don't know, in the States, it's like 21. So anyway, but almost there. It's a teenager for sure, in the late teens. So overall, it's a totally new thing, not new as like it happened just yesterday, but compare to that is just 17 years old, and where we are right now, how the regulation is forming, how serious the world is right now taking Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, how this whole digital thing is shaping. It's crazy fast, to be honest with you. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.